How's it going, Rams? My name is Jude, and welcome back to our last and final Cooking Rams episode. Today we're going to be making a tres leches cake, so let's get started.
Hello guys, today we are going to be baking a tres leches cake. And tres leches cake, it's a very traditional Mexican dessert. And tres leches literally translate to 3 milks because the syrup that you soak the cake with, it's composed of 3 different types of milk: fresh milk, evaporated milk, and condensed milk. So first things first, we're gonna mix the cake. And it's a very simple recipe for a vanilla cake, very simple method. We call it the blending or the muffin method, where you combine all your dry ingredients and then separate you combine all your wet ingredients, and then you combine them both together, and then you can go ahead and bake it. So with this recipe, we are gonna first combine all our dry ingredients. We have 1 1/4 of a cup of flour, all-purpose flour. We have sugar, regular granulated sugar. Let's combine that. Then we have 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Then we have 1 tablespoon of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and then 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. We're gonna combine all our dries. This is all our dries, so we're gonna combine them. All right, so that's all our dry ingredients combined. Now we're gonna combine all our wet ingredients. So we have 1 egg, 1 large egg. We have 1/2 cup of milk. We have 1/2 cup of water. Warm water works a little bit better. We have 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. We are gonna add 2 teaspoons of vinegar and 1/2 cup of oil, just regular vegetable oil. If your family has olive oil, that works too. So we're gonna whisk them all together. So now we have all our liquids combined and all our dries combined. Now we're gonna combine both. I always like to put the dries on top of the wets, that way nothing sticks to the bottom of my bowl. So let's combine them together. And you're just gonna mix this until there's no lumps. And just like that, you have from scratch vanilla cake, okay? We're gonna pour this into a prepared pan. This, I'm using a very cute mini loaf pan, just so it bakes a little bit faster, but you can use a 9-inch pan, round pan, a square one. For this type of cake, also aluminum pans that are disposable works really well, because tres leches cake, it's a little bit hard to make a tres leches cake that has a lot of layers, because you're gonna soak the entire cake with liquid. So it's very hard to stack layers on layers. So typically and traditionally, tres leches cakes are either 1 or 2 layers only, because you want that cake to be very, very moist. And if layers are very, very moist, the cake's just gonna collapse. So that's why I like this one. We're just gonna put it in here. So I'm gonna fill my mold 3/4 of the way in. By the way, this mold was just prepared with some oil spray. If you are gonna use a round pan, I do recommend just putting some parchment paper in. That way you can actually take the cake out. This one, we're gonna eat it straight from the pan, so we're just gonna do that. I'll fill the rest of my molds, but right now, you have it like this. So now we are gonna just put it in the oven, okay? This is gonna bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 to 20 minutes. All right, cake goes in our 350 degree oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. And while it bakes, we are gonna be making our tres leches syrup. Okay, so like I said, tres leches literally translates to 3 milks. So in here, we have condensed milk, evaporated milk, and fresh milk, all in equal parts. So we're gonna combine all that in a bowl, and we're gonna add some vanilla extract and some cinnamon powder. You can make it any flavor that you want. You can put melted chocolate or cocoa powder to make it chocolate tres leches. You can puree mangoes and make it a mango tres leches. You can add coffee, make it a coffee tres leches. You can do wherever your imagination takes you. So we're just gonna combine all that, and this is what we're gonna use to soak our cake with. We're just gonna keep it simple today, and we're gonna make it vanilla. We're gonna add in some vanilla extract and some cinnamon powder. So we're gonna mix all this, and we're gonna go check on the cake, which is probably ready. So we'll see you in a bit. All right, our cake should be ready. Let's pull it out of the oven. And this recipe will yield about 4 or 5 of these ones. I just baked one right now. Now, all that you have to do is you're gonna start adding your syrup. A good amount. Don't be shy. And just let it be patient. Let it absorb that. If you need to poke it a little bit more in order for it to soak it up, do that. And you should be able to stop whenever you touch it and it oozes out liquid. So I'm gonna be here just soaking up into the syrup. Okay. Now we are gonna do the topping, which is just a regular vanilla whipped cream. So you are gonna need some heavy cream, and this is about 2 cups of heavy cream, and you are gonna need about 1/2 cup of powdered sugar, and a little bit of vanilla just to give it a little bit more flavor. And you just have to whip this until it becomes thick. There are different stages when you are whipping either cream or egg whites. You have soft peaks, medium peaks, and hard peaks. You want to reach to hard peak. We are here whipping our cream, and this would be soft peaks, guys. If it's still runny, if you put your whisk in and you lift it up and turn it around, this would be considered soft peaks, okay? So we'll still have to whip it a little bit more. I'm gonna show you how medium peaks look and how hard peaks look. This would be medium peaks, has a little bit more consistency. Keep going at it, okay? We are ready to cover our cake with this. So, we have our cake here, nice and moist. If you, like I said, if you touch it and it oozes out liquid, then you're good to go. Another way for you to test if your cream is whipped enough, if you flip the bowl around over your head and if it doesn't follow you, then it should be good. So, ta-da! Alright, we're only left to covering our cake with this amazing whipped cream, also named chantilly. Once it has sugar and vanilla, you can call it chantilly. And like I said, this is a very like a comfort dessert, so don't worry if it doesn't look perfect. It should only taste good. And there you go. Beautiful and delicious tres leches. Ready for a taste test.
Alright guys, well there you have it. I am super excited to take a taste test, so let's get a try. Alright, here we go. Wow, that's really good. Well guys, as you can see, my crew devoured this. There's nothing left. This is my final episode of the year. So this is Jerry Macias from Cooking with Rams, signing off.